Well, good morning. This morning we read from 2 Chronicles and we read chapters 10 to 12, the account of Rehoboam, son of Solomon. And Rehoboam's problem really is a sense of entitlement to leadership. So when the people came to him and said, speak to us gently, your father scourged us, he put a heavy yoke on us, help us. Instead of following the advice of the elders who said, answer the people peaceably, he followed the advice of the young men and said, no, I'm going to be harder than my father. In fact, my little finger is thicker than my father's waist. What a sense of entitlement. He thought he was entitled to be the leader of Israel. And half of the people, or 10 tribes in fact, rejected him and followed Jeroboam instead. The Lord prevented them from fighting among themselves, and Jeroboam ruled the northern kingdom and Rehoboam the southern kingdom. And then Rehoboam seemed to buckle down. He established strong cities to defend Judah. He put commanders in place, and people began to come to Jerusalem to worship. All those who were really worshipping God came to Jerusalem to worship because Jeroboam and his sons had set up their own high places, and in fact even rejected the Levites as those who God had set aside for serving him. And so people began to come to Jerusalem to offer sacrifices. His kingdom was strengthened. He behaved wisely in placing his own children, dispersing his children throughout the districts of Judah, and so that they didn't fight each other to succeed him. But again, a sense of entitlement took over. After he had become strong, he abandoned the law of the Lord and became unfaithful to the Lord. And again, the Lord had to humble him and teach him that he was dependent upon the Lord for his kingship. And here's a lesson for leaders today, and for each of us actually, that there is no entitlement to leadership. We are not to lord it over the flock of God as though we are entitled to, but to be servants of them. So we don't answer, my little finger is thicker than my father's waist, but we humble ourselves in serving those who God has placed within our fellowships. And we remain faithful to the Lord, because we realize that it is the Lord who establishes us and the Lord who gives us our position. And so we remain faithful to him. Let's take these lessons from Rehoboam's life and let's minister not with a sense of entitlement, but with a sense of humility. The Lord bless you today. Amen.